We'll also discuss AMC's price target upgrade, the unlimited potential to thousands of dollars per share, and more in today's video. First, look at this. We discussed AMC's upgrading lately. In addition, Wedbush upgraded AMC. AMC upgraded to outperform due to increased film releases, lower 2026 debt risk, and foreign expansion. Finally, more people are recognizing AMC's work. They realize AMC's fundamentals are improving. They've lifted the price objective from $3 to $4 and given the company an outperform from neutral. I still think this is a very low price goal. It's still a 200% increase from where we are. But we must consider that people are recognizing AMC's efforts. They're seeing expansion, innovation, and most critically, reduced debt risk. They realize AMC reformed, paid off, and made smart selections. My main concern is the low price target. For $1, I think AMC can easily accomplish it. But it's fantastic that more people are understanding AMC's potential. The media change is showing that. It's amazing how the media's opinion of AMC changes when institutional ownership rises. It only reiterates what we said. They want institutions, not retail, to profit. More institutions will gain from this. Therefore, they're talking about AMC's performance. Remember, they've always done well because we knew what we're seeing would happen. Still, bears exist. Bears still view AMC as a movie theater chain. Management is seeking to create a nationwide live entertainment network with 300-plus theaters in 89 markets. This is the major topic we've been discussing lately. Arena One has garnered notice. Arena One is more than screen concerts. Real-time interactive concert, nationwide synchronized audiences, premium tickets. AMC controls the theater footprint. Therefore, concessions require less infrastructure. We discuss how AMC will benefit from this. Our earlier experiences have shown this works. Thus, we know its ongoing benefits. Thus, we foresee enormous sales and profit increases. We discuss how AMC made good decisions. This will lead to higher debt repayment and infrastructure investment. We already have the additional infrastructure since AMC controls it, and there are prospective transactions. Adam made the backdrop agreement with Allison. Adam knew the Arena One agreement was done. Adam probably told Allison. Allison probably told Adam, "Back me, and I can help you with that deal." Paramount Pictures and Warner Music Group have signed a multi-year first-look arrangement to collaborate on theatrical pictures based on WMG's musicians and composers. This is a huge catalog of notable vocalists. Some are listed here. Today, we've indicated that Adam Aaron is making the right moves and that this Arena One transaction is good. But don't be distracted by the short term. Think about the potential. Consider its other capabilities. Consider the partnerships and collaborations it will bring. All of them are incredibly fantastic for AMC, which is why I indicated this revenue bump won't only be what we can see, but will likely be much more than we think. In addition, it gives AMC limitless chances to provide live broadcasts to Arena One and AMC cinemas. One potential is Formula One, which we experience in theaters with superb sound. We know how Adam Aaron wants to go into this. Since Arena One AMC is powered by Tata Communications, it might be used for F1. Another important point is that this is just one. As mentioned, there is endless possibility and opportunity. Adam Aaron's dream has always been to play collegiate athletics, which Americans know how important that is. AMC can implement several things to boost this. I'm thrilled about this because, as I've mentioned, it will boost the balance sheet. Depending on how well we think it can do, this may be a new business for AMC. It may likely match their current efforts. We could see income rise by 50% or 100% due to this possibility. That's why I'm saying this can easily change AMC's dynamics and elevate it. In addition, short sellers who are targeting AMC and viewers who haven't done the study must remember what AMC is doing. The media always slams AMC, but they never discuss its actions. This is what AMC did. New revenue line with popcorn and cinema suite, works with DoorDash, updates the laser projection in theaters and seating layout, refinances debt note, negotiates Odeon loan note, introduces XL, XFL ultra huge screen format, and more. Pause and observe everything here. This is only part of AMC's work. Of course, There are still many more future projections and potential things we can accomplish, but AMC has done this. But the media piece doesn't mention this. Media headlines don't mention that Adam Aaron invested in premium screens before the box office soared, which is why people are going to AMC cinemas. Because of it, AMC is seeing strong income right now. This is some of what you need to know. Key bullish reasons include Q1 2026 earnings beat, debt refinancing, box office revival, valuation indications, and diverse revenue. All of these are AMC applications. All of these considerations explain why AMC is being upgraded first. Second, why institutions are accumulating AMC at unprecedented rates. When there are bulls, there are bears. Shorting AMC is clear when people buy it. AMC's FTDs are currently showing millions of shares failing to deliver daily, which we know are synthetic shares meant to lower the stock price and obfuscate its true worth. The FTD data shows that right now, especially as AMC goes up and improves fundamentally, FTDs spike. In the chart, we witness 40 million volume, where short interest dropped yesterday, forcing shorts to buy to cover those shares, but AMC still fell. See, the max pain was 150, so that's BS. As we knew the max pain was 150 and AMC closed at 150, shorts instantly got 10 million shares. As you can see below, we claim this availability is likely synthetics or people lending them out. We said there are 10 million because they aim to deploy them on Friday to peg the market at 150. Short sellers don't want deep in the money 150 call options or any deep in the money options. Therefore, they're borrowing shares. We discussed the source of these shares. First, as we discussed, a bump in short-term share availability is likely synthetic due to the recent structural ownership change. Corporations may be lending these out. Shares of Discovery exceed 46 million. How do you maximize your outcome if you know of a huge concealed AMC short interest, and their defenders would do anything to delay its closure, and you hold 46 million shares and plenty of cash? Consider lending them your shares and buying their shorts. Discovery may lend out shares since institutions are willing to pay a lot for them. They buy more shares with the premium money, forcing the shorts to produce more synthetics. If shorts had to make more synthetics, they would have to borrow more shares or pay more. Discovery can keep profiting and buying shares. Finally, when it squeezes, they make more money. That could be a thesis. I'm curious what you guys think because I get from several viewpoints, including frustration because they're lending shares and suppressing AMC. However, this will increase the squeeze price. There are many factors to consider, and this is a key one. Citadel Securities is clearing their stock options, breaking away from Bank of America as shorts need shares and FTDs rise. The coincidence is that GME is rising. AMC is witnessing these moves, and Citadel Clear is clearing their stock options. We discuss how this is all coincidence and how everything matches up. Then we discuss what's going on behind the scenes. You may still assume shorts are unaffected, but these are the indicators. The main reason is how it works. For reasonable share prices, AMC will most to multiple thousands of dollars. Shorts fear this because when AMC reaches hundreds or tens of thousands, they will suffer. So we've also discussed how institutions want to participate. Imagine how much Discovery 46 million shares could make if each share sold for $1,000 for $10,000. They're picking and trying to capitalize on this chance, since they'll make a lot of money, even at a lesser price. This is why I think they should apply as much pressure to the shorts as feasible. They shut us down, attacked AMC, the stock, AA stockholders, and the movies. Companies double-crossed AA. Despite multiple spurious lawsuits, we are winning, as we see. Additionally, Cinemark CEO Crawley announced in his earnings that Sony had fallen in line with other studios and guaranteed a minimum of 45 days moving forward. Box office growth will also increase. Along with this, classic movies are still selling out, which is great. Additionally, Jim Cramer stated that GameStop isn't as hot as it thinks. Even though this is a meme, you can assume what's coming, especially with all the recent headlines. In addition, Barron's warns of a GameStop short squeeze. They're predicting that if eBay rejects the transaction, merger-related shorts could compress. But we discuss how this will generate